Hey everybody, what is going on? My name is Anthony. You are watching the VR Game Rankings YouTube channel, and this is the daily vlog series. It's Monday, it's April 9th. This is episode 135 of the show, and we're going to start things off with what I like to call quick hitters. Now, what is quick hitters? Quick hitters is rapid fire VR gaming news discussion, and quick hitter number one, you can grab yourself an Oculus Rift headset for a mere $250. Now hold on a second before you immediately bounce over to Amazon.com. Before you hop into your car and you drive to Best Buy, you gotta know that this deal is only available on the Microsoft Store. It's available on the Microsoft Store online and also physical locations. However, this is a your mileage may vary type of thing. By the time this show has been uploaded, Microsoft could have sold through all of these old remaining supply. And yeah, that's the other part of it. This is the original Oculus Rift bundle with the Xbox controller. This does not include touch. Now, $250, that still is an amazing price. You can get your hands on a legitimate brand new Oculus Rift headset. You could be playing Lucky's Tale tonight. You could be playing Kin tonight. So this is a pretty good deal. It's a great way to get into the Oculus Rift at a lower price and then maybe grab yourself a touch controller package later on down the line. It is a possible option. Now let's go to quick hitter number two. Quick hitter number two, Resident Evil 7. The sales have hit 5.1 million sales, but more importantly, 400 and something thousand of that 5.1 million are PSVR players. Yes, we have almost 500,000 PlayStation VR players are playing Resident Evil 7. Now, the bigger question is, where the hell is this game for the HTC Vive and Oculus Rift? PC VR gamers have been waiting well over a full calendar year. We have no announcement. We haven't heard anything from Capcom. There hasn't even been the slightest peep about the arrival of Resident Evil 7 on PC VR platforms. Now, what I gotta hope Capcom is slaving away and they are banging away on this thing. They are adding legitimate motion controller support. They're adding pseudo room scale support. You gotta hope, right? Because why are they just leaving all this money on the table? They could quickly port the game over to PC VR as is and still pick up a quick 100,000 sales pretty much no problem, but they haven't done that. Now let's get to quick hitter number three. Quick hitter number three, the PlayStation VR store numbers for the month of March are in, and Moss is the #1 selling game for PSVR, not only on the USA charts, but the European charts as well. Now, what about Bravo Team? Bravo Team was an early arrival in the month of March. This was a highly anticipated game from a well-respected PSVR developer in Supermassive Games. But upon its arrival, it was panned by critics. It was shunned by the PSVR community, and word of mouth was generally poor. Despite all of this, the game sold rather well. In fact, it was #2 on the European charts, right behind Moss, and on the American charts, it clocked in the 8th spot. Pretty respectable, all things considered. Now, there's a couple of other PSVR games that are conspicuous by their absence. For example, Arc Park arrived on March 22nd. This is dinosaurs. This is VR. This should have been a smash hit, but it didn't even chart in the top 10. What gives? Well, part of this is the price of the game was rather high, the reviews were mixed, and word of mouth wasn't very good. Now, there's another game, though, where word of mouth was absolutely incredible, and I'm talking, of course, about Wipeout Omega Collection VR, one of the best games on PSVR, period. A straight-up killer app, in my opinion, yet it didn't chart on the list whatsoever. What gives? Well, part of this is it's a late arrival. Wipeout VR didn't come out until March 28th, but part of it also is the fact this is actually a PS4 game with a VR patch. A lot of people have already owned this game. A lot of people picked it up in January and February, so we're probably going to have to wait for the month of April's numbers to see exactly how well Wipeout Omega Collection performed. Quick hitter number 4, more PC VR games are coming to PlayStation VR. We have Dead Secret, which is coming on April 24th to the PlayStation VR. This, of course, was on HTC Vive and Oculus Rift. This is kind of a murder mystery, kind of a point-and-click adventure. PSVR gamers should be looking forward to this. It's priced around $15 on Steam. Not sure what the price is going to be on PSVR, but probably in a similar range. On May 1st, we have Killing Floor Incursion by Tripwire Interactive. Remember, this game originally was an Oculus Rift exclusive. It later on came to the HTC Vive, and now it is heading to PlayStation VR, and it's bringing along with it a PSVR exclusive level called The Crucible. Now, this level is known as having a Tron-like visual aesthetic, and how many times have we heard this? In fact, if I had $1 for every time I heard Tron-like visual aesthetic, I could probably buy myself a brand new camera and look crystal clear on these daily vlogs. Let's go to quick hitter number 5. Quick hitter number 5. PC VR gamers are going absolutely mod crazy with Skyrim VR. So this goes back to Sunday. I was bouncing around the HTC Vive subreddit and I saw a thread by Redditor Lambo Mang, and this guy was talking about how he has 285 mods running on his version of Skyrim VR, and that it is still playable. It's still playable. And basically, if you click on this thread, you read about it. What he talks about is he was basically just playing the vanilla version of Skyrim VR, and he said it was working so well that he thought, you know what, I could probably add a bunch of mods to this. It's running so incredibly well, it's not going to upset anything. And so he started adding a bunch of mods to it, and then he started adding more mods to it, and then at a certain point he decided, you know what, let's see how crazy we can get with this thing, and he just kept adding more and more and more mods on it to the point now where he literally has 285 different mods running simultaneously. And he did talk about how there's certain areas of the game you get into a thick forest, it starts to have some trouble with him running all these incredible mods on there. But for the most part, I mean, it's relatively runnable. I mean, it relatively works with all these mods on there. That is absolutely fabulous. And I got to admit, you know what? I'm actually playing the vanilla version. I haven't even done the 3D audio mod. The 3D audio mod is the one I absolutely need to do. But now, after reading this thread by Lambo Mang, I'm actually interested in maybe putting a whole bunch of other mods in there and just seeing how crazy I can get with it. So that is quick hitter number 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into our featured story of the day. And the featured story of the day is Leap Motion has a $100 augmented reality headset. Oh my goodness, let's run out to Walmart. Let's run out to Target. Let's go ahead and grab this $100 augmented reality headset. Well, the thing about it is if you go to The Verge and if you read Addie Robertson's article on this topic, you'll find out that it's a little bit different from the way you're seeing the headline pretty much everywhere today. And the headline is kind of saying that Leap Motion has a $100 augmented reality headset. That is not actually the case. So the way this works is Leap Motion has created a reference design for an augmented reality headset, but they're not planning on selling it themselves. You're not going to go to Walmart or Target and see a Leap Motion augmented reality headset for $100. That's not how this is going to work. They're looking for third-party manufacturers that are going to see this. They're going to see the viability in this, and they're going to decide, hey, we're going to take this open source design and we're going to make an augmented reality headset. Now, what is part of this open source design? Well, we're talking about two 3.5-inch LCD screens, each with a resolution of 1600 by 1440. Now, these LCD screens are going to kind of be on the side, and they're going to be reflecting onto a clear, translucent visor, and that's where all the magic is going to take place. Now, the field of view, we're talking about 95 degrees this way, about 70 degrees this way, and then, of course, the Leap Motion sensor at the very top of it can scan around 100 180 degrees and track the fingers and the digits of the user's hands. Now, of course, Leap Motion Design Vice President Kiichi Matsuda, he has been tweeting a number of photos and a number of videos recently that look really interesting and have caught the fervor of a lot of people in the AR/VR community because they've been saying this is working with a third-party augmented reality headset. And everybody's been wondering, well, what is this third-party augmented reality headset? Well, it's actually their own internal project, Project North Star, and that's what they're hoping for here. They're hoping to make this some type of standard, and if it is a type of standard, then guess what? That little Leap Motion sensor, that North Star that's at the very top of it, they will sell hundreds of thousands of these things and they'll make a lot of money. That's their thought process. That's their idea. But it is kind of interesting. We'll have to see if any third-party manufacturer actually takes them up on this offer. We'll keep our eyes on this. But anyway, folks, that's basically going to go ahead and wrap it up for this episode of the VR Game Rankings YouTube show daily vlog series. This is the new shorter version. It is still a work in progress. Trust me, lots of problems happened today. This did not go perfectly, but my hope is within about 2 to 3 weeks, I will have this dialed in. So I'm going to have to ask for your guys' patience. Please give me a little bit of patience here, and eventually this thing will be dialed in. But that's going to go ahead and do it. I will see everybody tomorrow. Take it easy. Later.